from Schneider Driver Recruiting. Today I'm joined by Rhonda, one of our recruiters, and we're going to be talking about truck driving here at Schneider. We are live, so if you do have any questions about what we're talking about or anything that comes up, feel free to leave a comment below, and we'll do our best to try and get to all of that while we're discussing that here. So first off, we want to kind of start out with just different configurations and positions that we have here at Schneider. So kind of go over what we have a little bit for that, Rhonda.
Sure. I mean, starting out, it's one of the things that I ask drivers all the time getting started, especially if they're new to the industry is, are you looking to be a team driver or a solo driver? So that we kind of start there. And then we talk about the different, the lines of business, but like as a solo driver, let's kind of break that down a little bit. You get the freedom, independence of having your own truck. You're, in a lot of cases, depending on where you are, you either park at one of our secure operating centers or at home. It's your truck. You can leave your belongings in it. You can set it up the way you like. A lot of different home times encapsulated in that space too. So a lot of flexibility there. And they're never alone, even if they are alone, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we do have a lot of a huge support network for all of our drivers. We're always here 24/7, 365. So if anything does happen while you're out on the road, there's always someone here in office and at our operating centers that can help you work through that issue and get you back out on the road driving right away. And you had brought up team driving, which is another really great opportunity that we have here. So if a lot of times what we see is couples coming in, two best friends, anyone that went through truck driving school together looking to drive teams, it's a really good option because you can really get a lot of miles and quite a bit of pay on that right away, coming out even as a new driver.
A lot of perks too.
A lot of perks to the team driving, yeah.
The newest equipment, and totally getting those upgrades quite often. And, like you said, the miles, and just getting to rack those up because the truck isn't sitting for 10 hours a day. It's constantly rolling. So it's a great place to start for some drivers. They're getting, 5,000 plus miles a week. And we don't split the pay, or we don't split the pay for drivers. So I think we talked about that in one of our earlier videos. It's the fact that you get paid for your experience still. You're not going to be, 22 cents a mile, no matter how many, how much experience you have. We're going to split the miles that the driver does because really you guys should each be sharing that load. So you should each be driving the same amount of miles. So that makes that really nice. I think, our team drivers right now, some of our drivers are earning over 100,000 a year. And, getting and having that support and all of the things that we talked about with solo drivers, 24/7 roadside assistance and, having a great network of mentors and operate in our operations team to be there for you when you have questions and aren't sure about things. So those are all really nice things. And what if you don't have a partner and you do want a team?
Yeah, we have a really great team matching option for solo drivers that are looking to get on board with teams. So we go through kind of a personality survey, get to know if you're looking for, if you drive days and you want somebody who drives nighttime or vice versa, kind of the position that you're looking for, all that kind of stuff. And we really do our best to be able to match you up with somebody that would work with that. Because a lot of drivers do want to get in that team. They just don't have anybody that they know.
Sure. Yeah. And and the thing too, I get one of the things that I think about those biggest deal breakers. If you're a team driver, I want to be a team driver and you don't have a partner, one of the questions that we ask on that survey is, are you a smoker? Because that's a big one for people. Let's say that I love country music and you only listen to rap. You think that's going to work really well? Yeah, maybe not, so
exactly.
Those kind of things. So we ask even those kind of questions too. To do our best job, and then you get to talk to them on the phone, and get an idea if you're not close enough to meet each other in person, whether or not you think it's a good fit. So we do a lot of things to help make your experience as a team driver, more pleasurable.
Yeah, exactly. And you had brought up the different lines of business that we have, because a lot of times when people think of trucking, they're thinking just those general 53-foot dry van semis that they see driving. And we do have that because, it's what a lot of times the kind of traditional over-the-road experience. But we also do have quite a few other ones, even with just dry van positions doing over-the-road, doing some regional ones, even some local and home daily options.
What if I'm a new driver? Can I do daily?
Yeah, so we definitely have daily options available for all experience levels, whether you're fresh out of truck driving school or you've been driving for 30 plus years. We can see what we have just in your area, and a lot of other times we can get the new drivers on those home daily ones, especially right now because we are trying to get as many drivers as we can to get as much freight moved as possible. So we really can work with you to see what we have available and what we can really get you on board with. Because some people, that is something that they really want. They really want to be able to drive, truck drive, and they just need to be home every day. So we do have those options even for new drivers.
Sure. And just real quick, looks like Ernesto says hi. So hi there, Ernesto. And also just keep in mind that we are live. So please ask questions if there's anything about truck driving at Schneider that you are looking for. You want to ask us. We're here for a little while longer. We'll be happy to try to answer those. If you miss us live, please comment still, and we will be getting back to you as soon as possible to answer those questions as well. I think one of the things that we were just talking about, being getting on teams and solo, and I've been lately working with a lot of drivers that have just graduated from school. So one of the questions that I get, if there's not a daily, they're looking for local and that daily isn't available right now. Or it is, but they need to have 3 months or more of experience. Well, am I stuck? Do I have to stay on this account? So, I mean, they asked me, do we have to sign a contract? So kind of, that experience, you get that one too?
Yeah, we get a lot of questions about just what's available right now, and if there's different accounts that do open up, because we do get different accounts that open up, all the time, even day to day or hour to hour, we have different accounts opening up. So if a daily one's not available right away, we can get you on to a regional one that will get you home every weekend. And then as soon as a daily one does come available, we can work with our transfer team that specializes in just getting our current drivers onto a position that they would like more. So we can get you onto a home daily one, or if you're looking for one that has a little bit, you try home daily and you're like, hey, I think I want to try doing something over the road and really get more miles. You can transfer onto that because there isn't any contracts. And we can get you moving forward, position to position.
Or skill sets, like some of our different freight styles. You mentioned, that kind of thing, dry van we talked about. And then, but, we really, Schneider has a wide variety of options. Intermodal, which is, everybody always says, what's that? Whenever I talk to them, if they're new to the industry, that's moving the railroad, the rail yard containers around from, rail to rail, final destination deliveries, incoming to the rails, all of that kind of stuff. So working with the containers. And then, we have, dedicated could be just about anything. I have, we have a dedicated out there that's a van truckload, but you are also, needing a tanker and a trick cart because you're going in and out of the ports, So our offering is huge. I think that's the biggest thing that I want to get across is that we have something for everyone. And as you grow, or if you're somebody who likes change and variety, you live in the right area, and there are so many opportunities that you'll never get stagnant. You'll never get bored. You can always start out in van truckload, and a year from now, I want to do tanker. Now I want to do intermodal. We're here for that. We want to keep you. We want you to be able to keep that longevity. So you have your benefits and your tenure and all of those things that you can just take right from one line of business to the other. So I think that we are a great company for that. We offer so much diversity for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like we do have one from Raymond. He says, hi, I'm a Schneider dedicated driver. Great job. Thanks, Raymond. Great job to you too. We are, keeping.
Can't do it without you. That's for
exactly.
Sure, Raymond.
And kind of looking at some of these other ones, you brought up dedicated, and we talk a lot about a lot of our dry van and a lot of tanker and intermodal. But in our dedicated, we also do have refrigerated trailers and flatbed, because we have a lot of people that ask about flatbed.
Right.
So those ones are a pretty popular one, and those ones usually do have a little bit higher pay that's associated because there is more involved with driving the flatbed.
We have traditional, tarping where you're throwing tarps and all those kind of things, and then you have those. You have those ones where we have the curtain side trailers where you're not having to throw tarps and you're just securing the loads. So again, that offering that we have is a great thing for for drivers. There's so many things that that we have open. I don't think that I can't really think of any thing, where somebody wouldn't be able to find what to rib jet set, for heaven's sakes.
Yes.
You live in an area where we don't have what you're looking for, or you're just not finding the freight because you don't live in a major area where the freight is moving. We'll bring you to the freight.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can fly off and go from, somewhere in Oklahoma or Wyoming where you live and there's not a lot to offer. We'll fly you out for 3 weeks. We'll have you drive out of that area, fly you back home, give you 5 full days at home. So,
yeah, it's
again,
huge.
I think, we really do have a lot to offer, and we're constantly upgrading our driver amenities, our pay packages, our benefits even.
Yeah.
We just started offering pay for, personal time off with pay after 6 months with us.
Yeah.
Full
huge-
medical, dental, vision.
Yeah, doing a lot to not only just for new drivers but also existing drivers that are on board with us, upgrading
Right.
to make sure that we keep the driver happy and keep them on board here with us. It does look like we do have a question here from Michael, who's looking to do the apprenticeship program here with us. Where in the country is the classroom portion? So we get this question hundreds of times a day. So our training portion, the classroom portion, we have 3 different locations for that: in Indianapolis, Indiana, Charlotte, North Carolina, and then Wilmer, Texas, right outside of Dallas. And if you want to learn more, you can always give us a call. But kind of a basic one is we get you out there, we cover all those costs, and then we help you get that license right away. It takes about 5 weeks in total for that. But yeah, like I said, if you want to get like a better detailed description of that, you can always give us a call. Our number is 1-800-44-PRIDE, or you can always text 28,000 or go to schneiderjobs.com. It has a pretty good description of all of that stuff and all the information that we have.
Yeah,
I
mean, one of the things if you haven't already, Michael, if you're looking, you want to at least get started on learning the information needed to pass your CDL permit testing. There's 3 tests that are involved in that. Pretty simple, but we do in almost every situation, we would require you to have that before coming. So just making sure that you find out what your state requirements are for getting that permit, if you need to do a physical, those types of things. So you can call us and we can certainly talk you through that. But also, again, always the first step is an application.
Yeah. And we do have a video on our CAT or CDL apprenticeship training program coming out soon. That'll be on our website to kind of go over all those specifics. That was a question from Michael. Kind of a reminder out there, we are live still. So if you do have any other questions, feel free to give us a call, or you can comment that underneath the video. We try to answer that right away here.
Live on the air.
Live on air.
There's even, when we talk about truck driving at Schneider, one of the things that we really haven't talked about is that, I think you and I did a video on career progression.
Yeah.
Getting to that point where you're, you've been driving for a while and you're wanting to stay in the industry, but you're not really wanting to be out on the road anymore. We have a lot of our operating centers that are looking for training engineers and mentors and classroom trainers and, support staff in that direction. So you can find about those opportunities on our website, schneiderjobs.com as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've covered a lot. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that, it doesn't look like we're getting a lot of questions. Unfortunately, maybe today wasn't a good day to catch you all live, but hopefully you'll see us afterwards too. Is there anything else you can think of that we should have covered, or?
I don't think so. I think we did a pretty good job covering everything. There's a lot to cover, obviously. If you had any specific questions, anything that we didn't answer, like we said, give us a call at 1-800-44-PRIDE or online at schneiderjobs.com. I think we covered everything.
Okay.
So if anything else does come up, feel free to either comment or give us a call. But it was great getting all this information out to you guys. Thank you so much.
You have a great day. See you next time. Stay safe out there.
Bye.